Hello everyone, and welcome back to Fableheimr, our Shenanigans playthrough here in MISTOVER. We are here with Lady Stella, who has assisted me in greeting all of you, because I already took her quest. We're going to look for and open the dimensional crack in the Cathedral Ruins. And I'm here on this screen instead of just starting in the dungeon because of two reasons. The first reason is I want to show you what we're here for. That is a medium-sized dungeon, and hello, this kind of sucks. But this is epic Ronin armor. And even if this Ronin armor is better, which I think it is, then we can use this as a sacrifice. The fact that it's epic has to mean something, right? And of course, there's yet another divine power that we can use to sacrifice to the gods for more power. Now, we have here our usual group composition, and I'm going to try to begin the expedition, and if my math is correct, which is kind of a 50-50 at this point, we should be told that the Doomsday Clock will have penalty if I can hold the C button all the way. And that is correct. This is a new feature. Well, it would always tell you if your level was above the recommended thing, but the new feature is that it tells you exactly how much you will be penalized. So for example, your experience in Doomsday Clock rate will be acquired at the 90% level. So we're going to decline, and we're going to perform science. Louhi, our trusted healer, may not be entirely necessary, and we did recruit at the end of the last episode Jita, who I haven't changed because she serves one purpose, and one purpose only. To get Sweet Foe to rank 5 and teach it to Louhi. That is the purpose of her existence, and so we shall place her here. Here she can't really do anything, except she can press Overflowing Love, and she can press the Last Prayer, and Sweet Foe, of course. I gave her the forest accessories that Louhi was wearing, but she has forest items because she's not level 5, so she can't wear divine items. Now with this, if my math or understanding of the Doomsday Clock is correct, we should be able to proceed without penalty. Oh, we have discovered the cheese. My friends, let the cheese begin. So of course, because Jita's only level 1, she drastically reduced the average level of the group, which is how the Doomsday Clock and that sort of penalty is calculated. It's beautiful. Now, that means Jita's, of course, going to have to survive. Otherwise, I just killed the one person that can teach me Sweet Foe, but I'm not horribly worried. We'll lure this guy around a little bit, and we'll go in. Now, in the spirit of surviving, I'm probably just going to block with Jita. She's always going to go last because she is just rank 1. But we are going to attempt to muscle our way through this, to go as quick as possible through all the content. Because, we're pretty strong. We have over-leveled this area, and yeah, basically that's it. We've overleveled the area and we're ready to win. This will probably stun him. Yeah. How does it feel to get stunned by a rank 1? Probably not good. A 500 hit. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. Now this is the final quest for the Cathedral Ruins. We will be moving on to the Cursed Town after this. Of course, the third zone in the video game. And I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid at all. I'm confident, in fact. Especially since I'm about to kill everything. We continue, of course, with our usual strategy. My goal here, this is only a medium map instead of a large map like I was afraid it would be. But my goal here is to move through as quickly as possible. And if that happens, if we are able to move through with record-breaking speed. I can't even use Starbolt here. Guess I'm just doing this. Then I will attach the first quest of the of the Cursed Town to here. They both lived. And that is most... Oh yeah, because that doesn't attack filter... mesmerizing targets. It doesn't matter. Masamune is here to clean up the day. So I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and continues to have an excellent holiday week. I have not done much. I've been recuperating my strength. You know, my strength that I expend in my strenuous activity of reading and recording. Takes a toll on the body, you know. I'm of course jesting. Please don't die. Please don't die. Looks like she survives. She's fine. It's a little unfortunate that she does not know any form of healing. Well, single target healing, but meh. What are you gonna do? She does also know the line spell. The Prayer of Love. It's a pretty powerful AoE heal that heals in a column. At one point in time I wanted that, but I think now we're a bit beyond that, you know? We've advanced into our own strategy. Get zapped. Someday that will be powerful enough to kill everyone in one foul swoop. It would be nice if we could start getting some civil weapons now. Perhaps that's having too high of expectations. Boo. Dada. How could you? I am probably gonna have to remove this. Of course, in my infinite wisdom, I did bring some bandages. But apparently Hisi has this covered. Someone did link me a chart. Ooh, another power. -3 hit sucks, but it can become a sacrificial pawn. Someone did link me a chart that someone else on the Steam community put together, which shows the rank 5 ability of every, or rank 5 level of every ability, which is pretty nifty. Because for the longest time, there are several episodes where I just sat there asking, does Divine Cloud actually do what I think it does when you level it up? It's good to know that it does. When you rank it up, it does turn into a bleed removal for the entire group, which is handy. Especially if you begin recalling our adventure into the Frozen Mountains. We're still a bit away from the Frozen Mountains, so it's kind of spoilery, but there's so much bleed in that zone. Just so much bleed. Makes you cry. The very thought makes my blood churn. But we'll be fine this time. This is a small bleed, right? I wouldn't call 78 small, but we can take it. I guess we're just taking this bleed. I could have passed to Hisi and then have him remove another divine power, and I just walked into the trap. That's how confident I am. The trap, it don't mean no thing. I'm sorry if that offended someone. This is going quite well, though. I was, admittedly, very concerned when I was bringing you level 1. I'm like, you know, this could be great. We could discover something, a way to cheese the Doomsday Clock. I could make it through this with no problem whatsoever. Or this could become a huge disaster. But it turns out I am strong enough. I did that because I wasn't sure where the trap was exactly. I didn't know if it was in the top square or the bottom square, and I wasn't going to gamble with my life like that. I was making sure that I was in a spot where it couldn't attack me. Although I guess technically if I took the gold thing last time it wouldn't be able to, huh? Because it can't move diagonally. Can't move diagonally when there's something in the way, huh? Unless that rule doesn't apply to monsters, in which case, 420. In which case, that'd be really rude. With 420, blaze it. You know? I guess I'm still just spamming overflowing. When in doubt, spam it out. Even if it's a level 1 sister, you can do it. Although I am a little disappointed by 27 healing. I do want to do an editing trick with this quest reward, so we'll see how far we can push it. Half of me is like, do an editing trick. It'll be great. Another part of me is like, well, you should go back to town and identify your items and let everyone know that we're going to the new zone. Do it properly, no skipping. You must show the world every single step of this playthrough. That's the point of it being shenanigans, right? You're relaxing, you're having fun, you're faffing about, you know? It's been a while since I've mentioned the raison d'etre, the mission statement, as it were, of this playthrough. That's because at one point in time, it really wants to explore underrated, undesirable abilities and such. But over time, it's become beat the game. Well, beat the game, I guess, first of all. I did list that in the original mission statement, but beat the game and show the world you can do it. And have fun along the way. 2 of our members, Hisi and Rune, have been requested by you guys. You wanted to see a witch. You wanted to see the unveiled, presumably because people just spammed werewolfed and punched everything to death. It's kind of boring, isn't it? Another popular strategy is, of course, to use Shadow Raid, which we attempted to do, but we just couldn't do it. I probably should have hit the caster. And I mean, we were actually doing it successfully. The problem was, everything rode on our Grim Reaper, on poor Satu. And when she got hit with a really lucky crit in the forest, the frozen mountains, and then died, kind of cried. And the entire philosophy of the playthrough was kind of just broken. So, keep that in mind as I walk into a monster. If your strategy relies... I think I should do this then. If your entire strategy relies on a singular character, and you get even a little bit unlucky, it's not going to end well. And you might be saying, well, here, doesn't your entire strategy rely on the witch? I will admit, I've committed a little bit more into the witch than I desired initially. I should have done that. I should have just healed. But, everyone else has an important role to play. I mean, kind of beside Hisi. Hisi is just here to make everyone else better. And I can respect that. I think if I pop this one, he can't attack me immediately. Yep. And I respect that. I mentioned it in the... Oh, it was so long ago now. What was it? The deep dive for the unveiled, that I love enchanters. They are like my favorite class. And that thing has one hit point. They are my favorite class archetype. And depending on which game you're playing, they can do so very much. But for the most part, they're known for improving their allies and debuffing their enemies. Now, of course, the debuffing aspect has been dedicated to the Grim Reaper, which is why I was drawn to her in the first place. But, you know, we aren't going to use a Grim Reaper this time, because they're pretty good. They are pretty good. Well, that's a person that needs to be rescued. We can do that. Yeah. Goodbye, Luminosity. Divine power, divine general, blah 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 blah. We also had an enemy spawn above us, which is a little concerning. Because we're kind of running out of time, that means. I think in my first real encounter with an enchanter. How many times have I left one? Okay. My first real encounter with an enchanter was in EverQuest Online Adventures. Now that's a freaking blast from the past. And if anyone else played that game, or its expansion Frontiers, you and I, we just became friends. You may not know it yet, but we did. I don't know if I want to call it my claim to fame, because I can't really authenticate this or anything. But one of my biggest personal achievements is that I was the only 10-year-old lich on the server, is what I say. Which may not actually be true, but it's the only one I knew of. I kind of miss it, but also kind of don't. It's a weird game. I think this is going to sound silly, but my favorite memory was during Frontiers, which was the expansion. There was a mechanic that was introduced called lycanthropy. And basically, you could become a variety of lycanthropes. Werewolf, werebear, were-crocodile, were-lion, were-rat, you named it, you could become it. And at the time, things like data mining weren't really a thing. It was a PS2 game, so I don't even know if people could data mine it. But that sort of stuff wasn't a thing. You butcher. Here we go. Going back. So, data mining like that wasn't a thing. We've collected our other items, but they're all going to be sacrificial. And no one knew what the actual requirements for becoming infected by lycanthropy was. Some people said you had to just kill the lycanthropes out in the world, and killing a certain one would give it to you. Kind of like their blood splattering all over you or whatever. Some say you had to be hit by the lycanthrope for them to infect you. It was just information all over the place, and no one knew what was real. Now, I stopped playing near the end, so I don't know if they ever figured it out. Or well, to say, I only played for like the first, maybe year of EQAF's life, so maybe they figured it out. Maybe they didn't. But I loved the classes in that game. Oh, they're so good. I played primarily, I waited a turn. Primarily a lich, as I said. But I also had a wizard. I don't think I even got his masterclass. But I also played a faithful, which was a cleric that specialized in healing. There were exorcists, which are more like anti-undead DPS things. But that wasn't my cup of tea, you know? I was there to sit there and heal. And then I really wanted to become a roof runner, but I never did. And a stormcaller, but I never did. It was a lot of farming, okay? You can't blame me. I was young. I had school and stuff. Oh well, enough reminiscing about the past. Because we're only 19 minutes in, we have made good time of this large dungeon. I think that I am going to do some editing tricks. So this here is the dimensional crack. We're going to open this crack to help, well, to begin our investigation into Duke Heinrich. Let us find where it is he has gone. When you reach the dimensional portal, you see that it has been unsealed. You catch something sparkling out of the corner of your eye, and notice a shiny object next to the portal. It is a gold button with a deer head etched into the middle. It seems to be one of the buttons from Heinrich's clothes. This is such a weird place to end up here. All we did was touch the dimensional crack, and we have appeared in the cursed town, a desolate place full of mystery and confusion. Also, somehow, some way, Jita has returned to the Expedition Corps, and Louhi joins us once again. It's so mysterious. Yep, total mystery. Definitely not the power of editing or anything like that. So hello everyone, welcome to part 2. We are here, of course, to explore... to explore the cursed town and locate any clues leading to the location of Duke Heinrich. Now, in town, I did not do a whole lot. I just stocked up on the normal supplies and equipped the new armor for Masamune, and of course exchanged Jita for Louhi, our real sister. And it was actually quite fascinating, because our secondary sister, you could say, or tertiary, I guess, because we have Eva still. Jita basically gained 3 ranks from that. She leveled to rank 4, which is quite impressive, I think. It's quite a lot of experience, which of course has given me a grand idea on how to power level people. It's also a little concerning, I suppose. Yeah, God, you know. A little concerning. Is concerning the correct word? I don't think so. Good? Proper? Useful. Useful to know that at any point, we can kind of go backwards and just use anchors to pull down our item level. So for example, this is the first time we're facing silence, by the way. But for example, should I do this? I don't... Sure. For example, we can even use Hisi's his spot in the group, to bring down our level to 1. So with 2 level 1s in the group, imagine how far back we could go. Oh, the thought tingles in my brain. But anyway, aside from me saying something creepy like that, I really need to kill this with Masamune, if at all possible. Right off the bat, of course, we attack the most powerful group. That makes sense, right? Can these things even move forward? I don't know. Nope. Alright. Goodbye. So disappointing. But aside from thoughts of farming for all of eternity entering my mind, there are a few things I want to say about the Cursed Town. I am incredibly familiar with the Cursed Town. That obviously doesn't mean that I didn't fall for this because I forgot about it. Yep, I forgot about it. But the little tentacly thingies, those are traps for this area, and they have the unique ability to spawn additional enemies, which are temporary, of course, but nevertheless incredibly annoying. I can speak, I promise. So, with the Omiyoshi this time around, we can actually get rid of them and not have to face the additional enemies. If you don't have an Omiyoshi, you can forcibly trigger them and the enemies will disappear after 3 turns? So you can kind of just sit around at a place where they can't reach you and spam X and they will go away. They'll leave you alone. Which is nice, isn't it? I kind of like how in MISTOVER, you can make shortcuts for yourself, but you can also just manually force your way through everything. Oh, civic power. And Civic Muramasa. We are here for a divine. We are here for an epic civic Kusanagi. And if you don't think that's going to be an upgrade for our friend Masamune, ooh, you are wrong. And as I expected, the epic that we got from... I think I can show you, right? Why can I not? There we go. So with Masamune, the Divine General Armor, it rolled 5 crit for its additional stat, which is beautiful. Crit is amazing for the Ronin because it gives them the additional key. And it has pretty good defensive stats, even with 0 upgrades. The purple one had bleeding weakness and bleeding speciality on it, which, well, it happens. Come at me. Ooh. Easy. The last time I was here, I did not have the Onmyoji, and I kind of forgot that these things really like to create labyrinthine puzzles, as it were. You'll go down one slim, particular path just to find it's a dead end. You've wasted all of that luminosity, and it's it's a pain. I hated the Cursed Town on hard mode. But here it is, the Civic Kusanagi. Look at that 32 to 42 attack, 19 hit, 17 crit. It's, dare I say, beautiful. And then there's a Civic Secret Tomb, which we might as well give to Casey. I mean, there's no reason not to, right? But it's worth noting that if Casey's ever in an awkward position where he has to use the right way to love, like earlier, that will increase his healing throughput, so I'm for it. It checks out to me. I hope you can kill this. Good. Now, as far as the abilities of these things, you've seen a few of them already, but these little eyeballs, they're the first enemies that you are introduced to that can silence. And they can silence everyone to prevent ranged or prevent melee. And one of those is worse than the other. But thankfully for us, if they reduce or prevent ranged attacks, then while Rune, of whom we've committed a lot of resources into, while she may be useless, Dara is here to punch his way through anything that Rune cannot magic to death. And vice versa. So to say we are a well-balanced team would be correct. This is a real chess, huh? And of course, you may have noticed already, but there are numerous mimics in this area. From what I've seen, they are only the wooden chests. I have no keys, and this looks like another of the dead ends. But they are only wooden chests, so you don't have to worry about silver and gold mimics. From what I remember and have seen. And of course, I've gone through all of the cursed towns, so my knowledge is pretty up there. And it wasn't too long ago either, so my memory is still intact. It hasn't disappeared yet. It was unfortunate. Yeah, that was a little... Do I kill the mosquito? At one point in time, I had a rule, and that was to always kill the mosquitoes. But these little... Are they called filth, I think? The thing in the middle. That has a self-evade buff that makes it so it's very difficult to hit the enemy. And in my hard playthrough, the way I dealt with them was I just stole the evade buff with my Grim Reaper. But guess what we don't have at the moment? And don't plan on having. That's right, the Grim Reaper. So I'm gonna have to either kill it first, or just spam Mental Amulet and make my hit so insanely high that it doesn't matter that it has an evade buff. We'll deal with it as we approach it. What? Oh, there's these tornadoes that they're annoying. Let's try this. They move people about, which is kind of a problem for our group composition. So I feel like I was going to say something, but... Oh, yes! There was a civic... In the second area, there was a civic power It was epic. It was beautiful. It was kind of weird to see 2 golden chest rewards that were both accessories, but considering one of them was a civic power, I was okay with it. Oh, I wanted to go there so much. It was so hard for me to press the first zone button, but I was a little concerned about our level, so I decided we should go with the safe road. And so here we are. Of course, as is always the case, for the first area zone, we're just here to complete 80% of the map or more, looking for clues about Heinrich's existence. If I remember correctly, we should be coming across one particularly friendly fellow soon, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get to use him as the thumbnail. That'd be exciting. I go between these 2 moods of loving thumbnail creation and absolutely despising thumbnail creation. Even I'm not sure exactly why. But oh well. I should have given that kill to Masamune, but I was too busy thinking about thumbnails. Which again, either make me incredibly happy or make me want to punch everything. There's really no in between. Some of my thumbnails are so incredibly dull. And I don't know if that's a bug or a feature. It's just like, I'll make it this. Why not? There are some people out in the world, some mad lads, that make unique thumbnails for every episode. That's not me. You know? I think it's pretty simple if I come up with just a consistent thumbnail, and I can change like the numbers, or from MISTOVER. This playthrough in particular, I change the chibis that are involved in it, but everything else is literally the same. Also, that was an amazing attack. I picked the right road at fly down. My must, yeah. Ta-da! I need you to kill the filth. Boom. Easy. Done. The 2 annoying enemies of this fight, over with. Oh. Deleted from existence. You too. That was almost a 500 crit. I look forward to seeing how much damage Masamune does with the Civic Kusanagi. I'm excited. I got a Civic Grimoire. Hello? Bang. I don't think that's better than what I currently have equipped. There's some chests down at the bottom, but getting there is real annoying. We could. Alright, Rune. Wait, how much food do I have left? We're good. Alright, Rune. Show me the south. That is like 2 feet. Rune. The south. That's okay. This brings me over here, which that box we didn't loot. And now I can kind of whoop my way around, you know? I don't remember where the things here are. That's fine. Also, I should have mentioned it a long time ago with these little gray things. Oh, that's it. The little gray things don't really do anything. They just obstruct your vision and prevent you from using the map. Which is actually more annoying than you think it would be. But, you know, it is what it is. If I had Sweet Foe, I could kill that right now. Deep breaths. I was actually thinking of just teaching it to her. Can I kill this? Yeah. Ah, Masamune, you made this incredibly annoying now. I was actually thinking of just teaching it to her. It's at Sweet Foe 4 right now. I leveled it all the way up. And I think I'm just going to teach it to her. Sacrificing 1 point is not that big of a deal. Although it could be helpful to hold on to it. Using a level 4 to lower the ranks of this new zone could be helpful, even though I can't say I'm perfectly confident. We've had a few encounters where I had to use love, and Jita doesn't know love. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about it. Thinking about a lot of things. But I'm pretty happy with what we've come up with so far. We're doing well. And we're going to head back to town, and of course I'm going to show you everything. Well, except the quest. I don't really care about the quest. But I'll show you all the loot that we've concocted and how I'm thinking about distributing it. Rune, Masamune, and Rar all rank 10. Heise is rank 9. Louhi is rank 8. We're getting rid of that crap right this minute. Rescued a level 8 werewolf. Is there any ability he can teach me that would be useful? Hello. You know White Sleep, Burn Up, Bloodkin Power, and Beast Stroke. What? You only have 3 SP? Why did you spend it on Wolf Claw? The AI. I swear, if they had 4 SP with Beast Stroke, I'd go in. I'd do it. Wait, hold on. Where? You know, Dara doesn't have a target after this for where to put his points. So we'll do that. We'll use this guy's remaining SP. I should have checked everyone else. Look, sweet phone. And I guess, meh, I like release power. Alright. So basically this is what I was doing. With Lycan, Beast Stroke is a pretty useful ability. As you can see, the lower your HP, the greater your damage. So it's basically like Onslaught, except Onslaught gets additional damage based on the target being branded. Beast Stroke just gets additional damage based on your low HP. The rank 4 Beast Stroke has only 7 hit though. I think that's why Onslaught's preferred. Because if you look over here, Onslaught has 26 hit. No, but does have a higher chance to crit, correct? 11. Should just teach it to him now. 11 versus -2. So yeah. Beast Stroke has higher potential damage. And with... Wait a minute. Oh, I don't want to just waste all that money. Yeah, okay, that's fine. And with... Casey providing Mental Amulet, this should ultimately provide more DPS. And then we can... Oh, I didn't equip it. No, we'll bring it to rank 5. Then I guess we'll level up Strike. Why not? Just bring all of our combat up to rank 5. Now I want details because I want to unequip... I want to equip Wide Swipe. There's literally no reason for me to use this. Wide Swipe doesn't have a lot of base hit and crit, but if we're going to mark something, we might as well use... He's at the top, isn't he? We might as well use Masamune's Strike, which is going up 2 rank. And it's staying at rank 3. We'll bring Bloodthirsty Sword up to rank 4. I do love using that ability. With Rune, we can get Star Striker to rank 3. It's beautiful, isn't it? Who's left? Heise. Look at that. Mental Amulet brought up to rank 5. Now, it doesn't really matter where else you go from here, because upgrading Purification just increased the HP recovery boost. So, not that big of a deal. So I was thinking of putting the points into Paper Turtle, because Paper Turtle is good science. Of course, you could increase Mental Amulet, but Mental Amulet rank 1 is pretty good anyway. It's pretty good. Louhi. Louhi, Louhi, Louhi. I should get Stable Cloud 5. Just turn it into... Just finish this off. Or we could pick a Prayer of Love. I think it coming in at rank 4 is high enough, right? Yeah. Well done, Jita. You have served your purpose. We're going to bring it in over the Last Prayer. Now, the Last Prayer is a weird ability, and it is technically very good. If you're ever in a tight pinch, Last Prayer can make the difference between success and defeat. But, yeah, I'm here to stun stuff. I love the tentacles. If you've seen my other playthroughs, oh, the tentacles, they bring me so much joy. Your attack increases by 10% when defending an opponent's attack. Yeah, that's fine. Whatever. If I could, I would just sit here and roll all day to get the things that are in effect all the time. That's what I would do. If I could. And in theory, I could. But I have had the unpleasant experience of running out of money. And so I shall never allow such a thing to happen again. I still have... Ugh. Actually... Which one is it? I don't want this one. So, recruitment. We'll go ahead and sell that. Again, this is just a thing of min-maxing. Because as you can see, when you recruit people with higher levels, they've already spent their skill points. And now with the new patch, though, they won't have jinxes. So you can start them over from fresh. From a new. We're not really upgrading misty stuff anymore. So we'll get rid of some of these. I'm all up here if I miss in the friggin' world. We are going to use this many. Just clear out some of the inventory here. Now you can also use this to make room, well not make room, but make money off things that you aren't planning on sacrificing to the Dark Gods. How much of that is this, I wonder? I also remember that I have a lot of accessories that I don't really want. Oh my goodness. Alright. We're keeping agile, because speed is good. I'll get rid of this. I think we've reached the point where forest is almost worthless. Defense 1. Ugh. Although honestly, the number was bigger, I don't think there's a difference. I think it'll still be just +1. That's how bad these are. Keep the agile. Even +1 speed is a big deal. And that's why you should keep it. Get rid of that crap. I was using this at one point in time. I like hit. Should probably keep that. I guess we can see how useful they actually are. Now, we've actually unlocked medium consumables, medium food, medium seed, medium potion. I'm convinced that medium food is the way to go. Because there's also, of course, large consumables, large food, large seed, and large potion. But medium food reaches that point between a ton of recovery and expense. The large food is so expensive. But regular food's also pretty cheap. I don't know. I think it's almost more useful to find the medium food out in the expedition area. But here we are, the moment we have all been waiting for. The divine Kusanagi. Bring it to me. Speed and HP. You guys, ladies and gentlemen, you bestowed upon me a great blessing. Even better, it's 69 HP. Nice. That almost makes me want to not upgrade it. Oh, could the stats have been better? Okay, that's being sacrificed. I've been insulted by it. And here's a civic power. I almost don't want to evaluate this. But I will. It's beautiful. In fact, I don't know if I've seen anything that beautiful ever. This civic Muramasa is being sacrificed. Out of curiosity, what is here now? Civic Celestial, bleh. Civic Tough Hide, and Civic Unbloods. So it looks like next time we're probably going to go to the Contaminated Homes. That seems appropriate with our level of skill. But real quick, training camp, Rokumi Workshop. Let's get to the real meat and potatoes. What you wanted to see. Increasing the power of the One Ring of Mordor. Could you imagine if I sacrificed this? I can, and it's beautiful. So we're going to be sacrificing the Civic Muramasa to this, and we hope, we pray to the Dark Gods, Orange Jesus, be with us. Clicking your gods at a dark god, clicking your tongue at a dark god is ill-advised, but still. Take 2. Please be with us. I beg for you. Oh well. It's fine. Hit rating is important too. Do I not have... I thought I had some civic powers. Or am I just crazy? You have 1 civic power, and it's good, and it's still just +1 to 1. Game. I'm not sacrificing the Kusamaga. It looks like our dreams of hitting above 30 shall not be realized. Yeah, the rest, they were just designated to get me hit, but that's fine. That removes the penalty of this ring. And so the forging of the One Ring of Mordor has fallen a little short of my expectations. But nevertheless, still pretty happy about it. 19, 27, 21 hit, 15. 20 to 29, 17, 6. So less damage by a little bit. But the increase to hit rating on this makes it worth it, I think. Pretty sure. As for Masamune, look at this upgrade. It's beautiful. 1419, 1210 to 1824. Just kidding. To 3242, 1917, 469. Nice. Masamune, you are a beautiful man. So who's getting the civic power? I guess it's you, huh? I say that in a weird way. Of course it's Rune. Rune gets all of the good stuff. You can have this. Wait a minute, what? Didn't I just give this to Rune? I did, but I maxed out. Civic power for Rune. Saved. And then Dara can have the leftover power. That was the one. Oh, that divine power has reduced speed. That's probably why I didn't do it. Nope. Sorry, Adele. I don't really care for your services at the moment. Alright, what's this? 39 HP. Can we upgrade the civic power real quick? Because, I mean, I like this. Our weapon's not very good. We probably shouldn't do this. Look at all that HP. Wait, how much did this turn into? 28. Not bad. Not bad at all. Is there something that reduces my... or increases my hit here? Like a lot? Like more than 1? Yeah, sure. I don't know if a civic essence was worth that. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe that was dumb. That reduces to... I had a stiffing agile, right? 4 speed. Not bad. Not good. Not bad. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna go turn in the quest after this, but... Silent speciality? Silent speciality? How about 39 HP? That seems good, doesn't it? And I don't think there's any other 7/7 minus hits. Yeah. We got some good stuff in here. I'm happy. And then for Casey, we do have some agiles. -3 hit, 3 speed, 5 guard. I mean, that's fine. You see guards every now and then. Right? That is way better. And I'll equip this then. Okay. We have done enough faffing about in the town. Let us return to the office and report our results to Stella. I found a lot of weird things. You tell Stella what you saw in the cursed town. Yeah, an eldritch abomination, basically. An eldritch nightmare. She's been looking into Duke Heinrich's past. In the middle of my research, I stumbled upon his name in an ancient manuscript. Do you remember the manuscript that's been preserved by the family for generations? Cagliostro's Book of Prophecies? According to the book, Cagliostro's original name was Heinrich. Centuries ago, as a young man, he entered the world of myths and wrote the Book of Prophecies based on the visions he had there. After that, he vanished. Even the way he describes himself in the book, his appearance, everything, matches Heinrich. But even so, it couldn't possibly be the same person. No human could have ever lived for so long. Even the name could just be an odd coincidence. I know it's highly unlikely, but if Heinrich were really Cagliostro, how old would that make him? A great question, but thank you for the alchemic supplies. We are going into the contaminated homes next time. So, I mean, I guess we could just do this. Our little furry friend did not appear this time, but I think he shows up here during the Chronicles. And as you can see, this is the main quest. So we'll hold on Sticky Invader until we have to go to the 3rd zone to unlock the boss. Thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. This is a little bit of a different episode, merging the end of the Cathedral Ruins with the beginning of the Cursed Town, and of course, faffing about in town, which is my favorite thing to do. So I hope that you enjoyed, and that you forward to the continuations of the Shenanigans playthrough here in MISTOVER next time. Bye-bye.